Biofuels hold the promise of cleaner air and a healthier environment, but most biofuel today is made from corn, which raises the question of whether we want to eat our food or drive with it. One alternative to corn is switchgrass. The hardy perennial requires less water and fertilizer, and it can grow in poor soil that's not suitable for farming. If you live east of the Rocky Mountains, you've probably seen switchgrass growing along the road without even realizing it. Scientists can genetically modify switchgrass to grow more of it on the same land. That's called increasing the yield, and it would make switchgrass commercially viable. But there's a risk that genetically modified switchgrass could crossbreed with other grasses with unknown consequences. So, to make genetically modified switchgrass a viable source of biofuel, we need to keep it from reproducing. That's the problem being worked on by University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee scientist Dave Zhao. Like many grasses, switchgrass can reproduce in multiple ways. Two plants can breed, one plant can fertilize itself, or the grass can clone itself. Let's look at how two plants breed. Switchgrass flowers in the summer. When that happens, megaspore mother cells produce female egg cells inside the reproductive part of the flower. That reproductive part is called a pistil. The pistil is surrounded by male parts called anthers. Special cells in the anthers, called microspore mother cells, produce pollen. Think of pollen as male sperm. The wind or insects carry pollen from one plant to the pistil of another, fertilizing the eggs. That creates an embryo, which we recognize as a seed. To keep switchgrass from reproducing, Zhao and his research team must stop the megaspore and microspore mother cells from producing eggs and pollen. Both types of mother cells require a specific protein called solo dancers, or SDS, to do their job. Zhao's team is merging the gene that produces the SDS protein with a toxic gene called Barnase to create a new gene called a fusion gene. When a mother cell activates the fusion gene to produce the SDS protein, it also releases the Barnase protein. The toxic Barnase protein then kills the female and male mother cells, but doesn't harm other cells inside the plant. Without mother cells to produce eggs and pollen, the switchgrass is sterile, and there's no risk of it breeding with other plants. But the grass will continue to grow and flower. It can be harvested year after year to make biofuel.